Idea Hub is a really awesome place. So there's I think whatever you are interested in about entrepreneurship or the gaps in your skills, you can definitely get from Idea Hub. So you learn how to pitch, you learn how to pitch both conversationally and formally with pitch decks. You learn a bit about how to hack together some tech tools, so whether it be your pitch deck or a website or things like that. You also have this great community behind you that we all want to see each other succeed. So I definitely think that's something that Idea Hub has managed to do very quickly, and it's a very powerful and special thing to have all these people who have similar interests and are going through the same things, all studying and trying to make startups work or trying to explore which areas they're interested in. So I think that's the real value that I've gained from Idea Hub. So a pitch is basically presenting your ideas to people in a way that they can really understand and engage with the idea and understand why it's an important idea and an important problem that you're solving. So a pitch includes a problem, so you've usually done some research or you have some personal experience and you know that this is a big problem and that lots of people are experiencing the same problem. You then move on to what your idea is and how you're proposing to fix it, and also how you're different to other market offerings out there. Then you always move on to an ask, which is you've sort of been building up to that the whole time. So it's whether you're asking for mentorship or introductions to more people in the industry, or money, or sort of like a tech co-founder, all sorts of different things. So the first time I pitched was last year at the Weekend of Startups, and it definitely wasn't the smoothest pitch, but that's what's really good about Idea Hub, is that I think while you're a student, it's the perfect place to fail. It's the perfect place to figure out, well, I already knew that public speaking isn't my strength, but it's a really great way it's also quite different from academic pitching or academic speeches. So yeah, that was my first time pitching. After the Weekend of Startups, the next time I pitched was for the Uber Launch Challenge, and that was definitely a step up in terms of we put a lot of research behind it, and I've always been really interested in the ideas and actually creating the business models or the actual pitch deck, but the pitching has always been the hard part for me, so having that practice from Weekend of Startups really made it a lot less intimidating for a potential opportunity that was a lot bigger than the Weekend of Startups. So we ended up making it to the Australia and New Zealand regional finals and pitching down there in Sydney, which was really exciting. Got to meet 7 other teams who all had great ideas and also great pitching styles. So the third time I pitched was at the China Australia Millenial Project. So it was a 100-day cross-cultural incubator. At the beginning we were in Shanghai, and then we worked online for 100 days with mentors from EY. We're in the Sustainable Resilient Cities think tank, so EY sponsored us. And at the end of the 100 days in Sydney at Town Hall, we got to pitch, which was really exciting. We made it to the top 4 teams and got to pitch to government, media, investors, a huge panel of judges from both Australia and China, and in Town Hall. So that was a lot of pressure, both externally because there was a big audience and we were really passionate about the idea, but yeah, also internally putting a lot of pressure on ourselves. But in the end, we actually won the China Australia Millenial Project, which was awesome. We got a few prizes and continuing sponsorship from the EY and Swiss. So yeah, it was a really great experience. I think pitching is just a skill that no matter where you end up in life, whether it's working for a startup or starting your own startup or working in a big corporate, pitching skills are just so useful. So whether it's conversational pitching, which is discussing your idea in a more natural way, but you're still kind of pitching it and still trying to get the audience engaged, whether that's 1 person or 3 people or a room full of people. And then there's also like elevator pitches, so learning how to communicate your ideas in a really succinct and effective way is a skill that everyone should be interested in developing. So for camp, the China Australia Millenial Project, they prepared us for pitching by getting us to do little sort of theatre exercises, I suppose. So pretending to be the Queen of England and like speaking to different clusters and holding eye contact with different clusters of areas in Town Hall, or also talking about your favourite things. So I talked about touch football and was keeping eye contact, and I was actually forgetting what I was even interested about because you were so busy trying to like get used to looking at the audience. So different things like that, I think just getting used to the environment and feeling comfortable so that you're able to just let your thoughts and ideas come out and you're not so distracted by your body positioning or where your eye contact contact is, or your body language, or whether you're pacing too much or whether you're standing too still. So definitely getting used to just feeling natural in those environments. I would definitely say to anyone, especially in your early years of uni, it's really important to try and put yourself out there and realise which skills you're not good at and try and develop them. So I think the UQ Idea Hub is the best place to learn that, because you've got a community behind you that all have varying levels of experiences, so you can talk to someone who's at a similar level to you, or you can talk to people who are way further and have actually got investments in their startups or been running startups for years. And it's just a really great way to sort of start learning about what sort of careers or what sort of jobs you might want to work in.